Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S. finally back with part 2 of my plans for October. I didn't quite get around to doing part 2 and 3 yesterday as planned, but I think time eluded me as often and I was a bit demotivated. I sort of fell asleep on stage. But anyway, I'm sorry if I always go into details about my life story. It's like more of a diary than a video, I suppose. But anyway, or a regular video. But yeah, so at least I got back into the gym today. So I did something constructive, I suppose, hopefully. Now, because of COVID, we have to book the gym. Like, we only get 15 minutes in the gym, like swimming and all that. But I didn't do swimming. I just went to the gym. So I think I did a fairly decent workout. I was thinking about this book I was talking about the other day, like, yesterday, I think it was, about the Gift of Dyslexia book. And I was thinking of doing a reading of the book, but I wasn't sure if that constitutes copyright or it will maybe spoil it for people who actually want to read it themselves. So I think if I get, I don't know if I get that many views, but if I get 10 or more people saying they want me to do a reading of this book, Gift of Dyslexia, then I think I'll do it. I decided it sort of makes it easier because a lot of time I'm indecisive. So I thought what I'll do is I'll say if I get 10 or more people telling me they want me to read the Gift of Dyslexia as a reading, as I call it, a reading, then I'll do so. But until that time, I'll leave it because I wasn't sure whether I felt a bit guilty. I thought I was deciding I wanted to do it, but then I thought maybe I'm being a bit demotivated. But the other thing is, like, I'm not sure if it constitutes copyright or not if I do a reading, as I say, of the book. Although, like, I'm also thinking, like, if I do so, then I can always give any profits I make towards supporting dyslexic people around the world, or paying for or buying the book for them, a copy of the book for other people around the world with dyslexia, so they can get a copy. Or even perhaps if I get enough, if I get enough money from my YouTube videos in the future, maybe I could donate to people who want to go on the Davis dyslexia program, which is a remediation program. But anyway, so if I get 10 or more people saying they want, in the comment section, telling me they want me to do a live reading of that book, I will do so, as much of it as possible, like at least a chapter each day or something like that, or depending on how much of the book people ask me to read or whatever, I might just do parts of it. Excuse me. But yes, I hope you can hear me clearly because my brother's doing a bit of hoovering, and I know my voice is not always the loudest. As ever, please let me know what you think about each of these ideas. As I say, this is a continuation from part 1, and it's one of my usual list videos. I'm going to try and mix up and do some videos, maybe, if I can. Maybe my first week I'll do like list form videos, but then I'll try and do videos in non-list form. But anyway, here goes. So number 11. I know I've talked about being an Italian football fan before, and I know there's a lot of racism, unfortunately, in Italian football. Ironically, given that I'm actually born and bred in England, in the UK, but I'm an Italian fan because I think I look Italian, even though I have no other connection to Italy. I think Italian football can learn quite a lot from English football about, excuse me, sorry. Italian football can learn a lot about from English football, I think, about how to tackle racism or even football hooliganism, perhaps, in the game. And I think it'd be great to improve relations between Italians and black people through football around the world. And I thought, like, having a list of the top or of many black players who have played in Italy, maybe one of my usual 30-point lists, or maybe just a random list of some players like George Weah. I know there's at least 2 African players who have played in Italy, which is like, one is George Weah from, I think, Liberia, and one is Samuel Eto'o from Cameroon, who played for Inter, and George Weah played for AC Milan, funny enough, their rivals. So I know there's at least a couple of black players, African players even, who have played in Italy, and there are quite a few black players as well, like Ruud Gullit, Clarence Seedorf, Edgar Davids, and players like that who have played in Italy. I probably don't know all of them off by heart, but even now there's players like who at least are part black, or in some cases fully black, like Lukaku and players like that. But yeah, so I think it'd be great to hear about those players who have done really well, and then hopefully somehow that will improve relations between black and Italian people. Like, maybe if Italians think black people are good at football or athletic, excuse me, sorry, not sure what's happening to my chest, but hopefully they will somehow improve relations. Like, they'll think if black people come to Italy or play football in Italy, they will, I'm not sure if that's tea is helping or not, but if they come to Italy, then they'll be able to help Italian football to improve, if you know what I mean, like, and help also practicing football with the black diaspora, the global black diaspora, worldwide black diaspora might hopefully improve Italian football. So hopefully it'll be a mutually beneficial thing, cutting back on discrimination, but also helping Italian football. Hopefully they'll be rewarded for being less discriminatory by having more chances to practice and better players, and they'll see the migrants that come to Italy could benefit Italian football, hopefully. And like Brazil, that's very mixed, but their football teams are really good because they're quite, and some people might say being mixed has sort of helped them. And France had a lot of diversity in their football, so hopefully that can improve relations. All those sorts of facts and ideas can hopefully improve relations between Italians and black people. And also, as I said before, like I'm also a Celtic fan, so I'm hoping that. Sorry, this is quite annoying. My voice is kind of going, but hopefully you can hear me, as I say. But I'm also hoping to celebrate or acknowledge at least the footballers who have played for Celtic, the black players, and I know at least one African player, Victor Wanyama, has played for Celtic. So I'm hoping to acknowledge that. And I know I'm also like, because I'm a Italian football fan and a Celtic fan, I'm going to be a bit biased in their favour, but also like celebrating perhaps the black footballers who have played for Britain, but also for England and teams around the world as well, like Ian Wright and people like that, and also and pioneers that have really changed, like discrimination that they used to have in the 70s used to be like other parts of Europe, in England, where black players were abused and things like that. And it probably, I know it still happens, but not quite to that level, thankfully. But also, yeah, just celebrating black footballers around the world, and as I say, especially in Italy and Celtic, because I'm a fan of those teams, I'm a bit of a bias, and also contributions to black people in athletics and in American football as well as what I'd call, dare I say, I don't want to offend any Americans out there, but proper football, which is what Americans would call soccer, but I call it proper football, so please forgive me for that one. But I know, yeah, people in Britain don't like soccer, but anywho, so I'll say like celebrating black footballers around the world because it's Black History Month, and also like dyslexic footballers, again, like American football and British football as well, or what the rest of the world calls football, as well as athletes and people like that. Number 12, I'd love to also support all the ideas I talk about could be either for the black diaspora or for the dyslexic diaspora as well. So I'd love to support like young people, especially young girls, in terms of becoming programmers and developers and game makers and things like that, as well as also celebrating like black women footballers and dyslexic women footballers, perhaps if there are any, around the world, and like hearing their stories and how they can inspire other young people to become footballers, or also like game makers, like making technological games like video games and things like that, especially in Africa as well, and also dyslexics in parts of Africa and Asia, as well as Ireland and around the world. Sorry if these points are quite long, so the video is a bit long, but number 13, I hope to address some of the issues and challenges faced by both, as I say, these ideas can apply to both black and stroke or dyslexic people. So the challenges and issues faced by black and stroke or dyslexic people around the world. Number 14, on that note, I hope to look at how black and stroke or dyslexic people can solve those problems, especially like how dyslexics have a strength in solving problems and things like that. And look at some of those dyslexic strengths which can be focused on. Number 15, I'd love to support as well, I'll say young black and stroke or dyslexic people, in some cases people are both black and dyslexic, in terms of becoming film producers, directors, actors, actresses, especially young girls, to be inspired, as I say, to become, to be involved in filmmaking and that sort of thing, being encouraged to do so. Number 16, I hope to look at the best ways to support black and stroke or dyslexic people, as I say, because as I said before, like October is both Black History and Dyslexia Awareness Month. So I hope to, I call it also empowerment, Black History and Empowerment, and Dyslexia Awareness and Empowerment Month. 17, I hope to hear from the stories about from black and stroke or dyslexic people. I also hope my voice will improve, but yeah, so hear from stories, either positive or negative stories, but hopefully more positive stories. from Black and dyslexic people. And again, another thing that they say about dyslexic people is we're quite creative. We have our own imagination, like quite strong imaginations and things like that. So as this book mentions, as well as many other books that have talked about the positive sides of dyslexia. 18, again, I'd love to hear from Black and Stroke dyslexic people about success stories, and also have like a special project I want to make, which is like about Black and dyslexic people, people who are both Black and dyslexic, like my friend Derek Horn, I hope I'm pronouncing his name right, from America, Benjamin Zephaniah, a Black dyslexic poet who left school at like 15, but he's done so many great things. And he's a great political activist as well. And I'm sure there are many others. I think one's called Jovan Hay. He was an American footballer. I don't know if he still is. Again, American football, and a few others that are both Black and dyslexic. So I think combining the two would be great to hear from people who are both Black and dyslexic, like the inventor of Taibo martial arts, which his name now, Billy Blanks, that's the one, and many people like that. Again, success stories from both communities. Number 19, I'd love to support projects by Black people, especially Black women and girls, like to encourage them in the future, and what Black people's view is about feminism or women's rights and things like that, and empowering, as I say, young girls to get role models. And also, as I say, African game makers, which I keep talking about, and also like see if there can be more African girls learning to become producers and directors of films, as I say, and be generally empowered in all possible areas, and to reach their full potential. And number 20, again, to have like mentors and role models for Black and stroke or dyslexic people, and maybe Black and stroke or dyslexic people can help each other, like to do like fitness work or help each other train in the gym and encourage each other and learn martial arts so they can protect themselves if they're attacked or things like that. So yeah, as ever, I hope that made sense and wasn't too long, and I'm out. Peace now.